What's good, CB Tape Lab family? Haven't had a video up in a minute. We actually had a tornado come by. I live 3 hours from Chicago right now for Eastern Illinois. Man, tornado came about 3 minutes to the crib, so power's been off for almost a day now. Yeah, power just came on today, but it was out for a full day. So making a video was the last thing on my mind. But yeah, finally glad it's over with. A lot of trees on the ground and whatnot, but hey, enough of the yap. Let's get into it. Today, we have Will Johnson. I have 4 to 5 clips, depending on put that fifth one in, of him in man. And then I'm also going to get a second video up, 4 or 5 clips of him in zone coverage, of reading the quarterback and all that stuff, right? But this part 1 will be man coverages only. But yeah, with that, let's get into it. I'll play this one full speed. Teach tape. But boom, let's back this one up. All right, to start, let's just watch the receiver first, right? Let's watch the receiver first. He's going to be at the bottom of the numbers. Boom on the snap. Boom. You guys see how he's now in the middle. So that's only 1 yard, right? Bottom of the numbers, top of the numbers is 2 yards in between. So he's went from the bottom to the middle of the numbers. And now Will Johnson, in order to protect inside leverage, right? He's in the middle of the numbers at the start. He's at the bottom, right? Boom. We're going to take that first step back. Boom, he notices him coming, him stemming inside, right? That's the real, or that's the professional word for it, stemming inside. So boom, look at Will Johnson's right foot. He's going to kick himself out. Now, you guys sort of see how he's at the top of the numbers, right? And this is just little small footwork that we're pointing out in order to keep your inside leverage whenever you're playing 7, 8 yards off in a backpedal, right? Another thing as well is you can man churn right here, but you always want to keep 4 yards cushion and try to stay square in a backpedal for as long as you can, right? Obviously, if a receiver is really fast and he's screaming vertical, you could definitely open up a little sooner. But great job right here. One more time. Receiver stems inside. He's now in the middle of the numbers. Will Johnson's going to plant that right foot down right now. Boom. Kick himself out to the inside to protect it. He's now at the top of the numbers. And now at this point, boom, stay square, shoulders over toes, feet spin with inside frame. That's another thing. Whenever we are protecting our leverage or in a back pedal, we always need to keep our feet inside our frame, right? Boom, we're noticing the receiver is breaking down. Plant off that right foot. Boom, boom. And another thing as well, if he didn't protect his inside leverage there, right there, y'all, he would still be in the middle of the numbers right here. Does that make sense? Instead, he's top of the numbers. He's probably head on by this point, but that's okay. We're 10, 12 yards deep into the route. So just wanted to point that out. Hopefully you guys noticed that. Whenever you guys see a receiver stemming inside like that, boom, keep our feet underneath us and plant that right foot. It's like a weave almost, a weave pedal, but just one step. Boom, now we're back inside leverage. Stay square, break. And then obviously just play through the hands, right? Left hand to secure the tackle, right arm going for the ball. Yeah, play it all through one more time. This is a great rep though, protecting inside leverage and a 7, 8 yard off backpedal technique. All right, y'all boys, this is the second clip. I'll put a green circle out, but Will Johnson's up here at the top and press, right? Let's play it all the way through. Give me those. Come on. Let's back it up, though. I would zoom in, but it would sort of make it a little blurry. Let me try, though. I guess that's the max I can do. All right, bet. Boom. He's at the top right here, though, right? Boom. It's going to be like an inch. I don't really want to call it a motor. I'll play it again. Full at the bottom. Boom, right? It's sort of like an inch, a little motor. I would say more of an inch, right? Boom, because he's very slow with it. He's not too aggressive. And his base, it just sort of looks like an inch base versus a motor. Nonetheless, though, great job staying patient, and he didn't give up too much ground with his inch, right? Where he started at was on this hash right here. His toes are there, actually. Boom. After all the inching, it's 1 full yard, right? Whenever you guys do an inch technique, never try to give up more than 1 yard, so this is perfect. Only part, if we're being nitpicky about this rep, is boom, receiver is going to declare an inside release. And now Will Johnson doesn't get the best of a kick, right? Usually at this point, we got to kick off this left foot and not allow ourselves to cross our feet over, right? But he does cross. You guys see that? I know the quality is bad, but whenever the old legs look together like one on film, that's bad in press technique, right? So try and get a better kick next time. Nonetheless, though, because of that, we do end up even, right? You guys see what I'm saying? How important that kick, that final push is, like that. I don't know how many more of the words to describe it, but like that kick, that explode, push off, right? Now, since he didn't get that in, now we're even, right? If he did get that in, I do believe he's still at the top shoulder. He'd probably be at the, the 9-yard line instead of the 10, even with the receiver, right? Nonetheless, Will Johnson's a phenomenal athlete. I'm not too sure who this receiver is, so we're able to just run with him and go get it, right? Easy pick. But just want to keep that in mind for y'all. Even when you're inching back, still try to get a good kick in and don't let your feet cross over like this. Nonetheless, though, great reps still. You feel me? We just nitpick. Boom. And right there, you see how he's even with him, right? If you get a better kick in, actually the receiver's beating him as well. This was really an underthrown ball. Say he's even or beat like this and the ball's going to the back pylon, it could get dangerous. And let's just say let's say DK Metcalf or somebody, you feel what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, always try to get a kick in. All right, y'all boys, this is a third clip. I'll play it all the way through. Will Johnson at the top up there. Boom, give me those, right? So all the receiver did was run a 3-step slant, right? Look at the receiver. Boom, 1, 2, 3, get into it, right? Also, a little side note about receivers. Note for the 3-step slant, notice how his first step is normal, right? It's straight like it should be. And notice how wide his second step is, right? I know we're supposed to look at their hip, but obviously your peripheral, you'll be able to notice that. If that foot comes out that wide, he's about to give you something short, right? Or a double move, just watch it, but it's about to be something, right? He's not running straight at you. That's why Will Johnson's able to break right away. But I'll fall for the yab. Let's back it up. Boom. At the snap, right, or before the pre-snap, he's inside leverage with a full yard, right? And he's going to end up playing catch, right? And this is catch at 8 yards is probably the hardest technique a corner can play. I'm not joking. You basically have to have big BALLS, right? You have to have so much confidence in yourself to not back up or open your hips, right? Boom, 1 foot up throughout the snap to disguise it, eyes on the quarterback. But boom, right when the ball snapped, eyes go to the inside hip. We're not backing up, and our feet are now even, right? Whenever you're in catch, always even. And the biggest thing about catch technique, y'all, I know he doesn't go vertical, but if any of you guys have ever played basketball before, you know how you go step in and take a charge, and you go to cut him off, but you have to be there a second before. That's the exact way you should play catch, right? So if you want to go to basketball court, I'm playing. Don't practice it on a basketball court, obviously on the field, but sometimes it's good to do that as well, get the visual in the field. Think of it as taking a charge. You got to step up and meet him in a collision, right? And catch, if you let him run up and run whatever way he want to go and you don't get hands on, it's going to be kind of bad, right? So just think of it, this is a good little tip for y'all in catch technique. Think of it as taking a charge, right? But boom, Will Johnson does a great job not backing up at all. Heels at the red the whole time and he never backs up. Sniffs out the 3-yard slant and he's going to break downhill right away. Let's play it all the way through. Boom, feet it even, eyes inside hip. Don't back up and go break downhill on it, right? Yeah. Last thing, I just want to reiterate what I said. Just envision yourself taking a charge. Don't back up. Don't give up ground. And you just want to slide and shuffle over to make sure you're still on his inside hip in order to collision him, right? That's the whole purpose of catch technique. Play it all through one more time. Boom. See how he never backs up. Just got to be confident in yourself. And it's going to take time, but it'll come. All right, y'all. This will be the 4th clip. I'll play it all the way through. I know the quality is horrendous. I apologize. I just wanted to zoom in all the way to get it close, right? Boom. Obviously, we got Will Johnson right here. This is against the Marvin Harrison, right? So right here, this is another example of catch technique. This one's a little shorter. He's at 6 yards, but nonetheless, y'all, the same rules apply. Whenever you guys are about to get into catch technique, just remind yourself of the same following things in your head. Eyes on inside hip. Keep feet even. Once the receiver get close, you can do 1 inch or 2 inches, but that's it. Don't give up any ground. And like I said in the last clip, the most important thing is to act like you're taking a charge in basketball. Obviously, don't fall over, but make sure you're there to get a collision, right? Just trust yourself. The more you trust yourself to allow yourself to just stand there and take that collision, you'll win the rep every time, right? And that's exactly what he's going to do here. Boom. On the snap, feet go even, and he also takes a little more steps to the inside to protect anything to the inside, right? Boom. Eyes on, I know the quality's bad, but eyes are on the hip, right? You can see the helmet tilt down. And he's inside leverage. He's not backing up. He's still at the 6, right? Boom. Marvin Harrison's going to break. What is that, 3-yard slant again? Boom, yeah, it is. Catch technique, man, smooth against a three-step slant, isn't it? But boom, we're going to break and sink. Not even too much to talk about on this one. Boom, picks it off, right? Just that's the biggest thing, y'all. Eyes on inside hip, feet even. Don't back them up more than 1 yard, right? If you start the 6, don't back up more than 7. And the biggest thing, act like you're taking a charge and just get the collision. Boom, stay patient, doesn't back up. You guys see those pier steps? Is that pier steps with the right foot? Oh, the quality's bad. You can take some pier steps or some inches, just nothing more than a full yard, and you're good to go. Give me those. All right, y'all, this will be the second to last clip. This was against Alabama. Boom, he's going to be, I want to say he has a deep quarter on this one because he's starting out outside leverage, so it makes sense. Regardless, though, he is in that crossover run technique, right? I played all the way through. Man, he just plays so effortlessly. That's probably glazed, but that's all right. Let's get into this one, though. Boom, right? So we're going to start outside leverage, right? Normal back pedal, boom, into a crossover run, right? Actually, he starts shuffling a little bit. Shuffle or crossover run, whichever is more comfortable. Obviously, if you have to start sprinting, you'll do crossover run, but you can't stay in a shuffle if you prefer it, right? It's one or the other. So he starts backpedaling, boom, into shuffle steps, right? See how his feet's not crossing over. But biggest thing is notice how if I'm on the sideline, I can still see his jersey, right? That's the biggest thing. Whenever you're in a crossover run, you never want your jersey number to be visible on this line, right? To the end zone, right? You want your shoulders and jersey numbers and your butt all to be parallel to sidelines, right? If that makes sense. And that's exactly what he does there. Boom. Receiver's going to break down. He's not even going to attempt to turn his hips, right? Will Johnson, I think he has eyes on the quarterback, but he also is seeing his man out of his peripheral because he kept his cushion, right? Sorry, there's a lot of things to go over, but whenever you're in a shuffle or crossover run, always keep your cushion, shoulders parallel to the sideline, butt pointed sideline, and make sure you open up this way. That way you can still have eyes on the quarterback and your man at the same time, right? Great rep. But just remember all those things I said, and you'll be good to go. Sniffs out the double move. Boom, speed churn, baseball churn. I call it a speed churn, but boom, speed churns, stays on the upfield shoulder the entire rep, squeeze him to the sideline, and look at where he's taking off, y'all. Hey, this is crazy. This is a crazy rep. Look at how much he squeezed him. Boom, keeping him in his peripheral, widen him just by running next to him and speed churning and squeezing him to the sideline. Y'all, he takes off. His right foot takes off out of bounds. This is crazy. I'm definitely glazing now, but even if he catches that, he took off out of bounds. Like, this is a phenomenal rep, right? Just always remember, whether you shuffle, crossover, run, open up this way so you can see the entire field, shoulders parallel to sideline, butt pointed to sideline, and try your best to keep your front shoulder low, as his is low-key low. But great rep. All right, y'all. So this will be the last clip for the Will Johnson man coverage video. The zone one should be out by Monday. I'm gonna make it probably tomorrow, and this one should be going up on Friday. But we'll play this one all the way through. Hello, a little handsy, but hey, they didn't call it, so it's a win for us. All right, let's get into it though. For starters, peer with the right foot. Right, you guys see that? Uncomfortable to comfortable, right? Uncomfortable base, and now we're comfortable, right? Don't start like this and then do a pier step because now you're going to be way too wide, right? But now that you started uncomfortable, pier step, now we're comfortable. We're in a position of power, right? Receivers doing all that dancing. We're going to take one shuffle, right? A little mini kick, mini shuffle, whatever you want to call it. But biggest thing, y'all, I don't even need to say it, but two words? Stayed square. 2 words, man. Stayed square. Didn't cross his feet over. Now we can plant our right foot. Gets a little handsy with that left hand. All good, though. Doesn't hold him. And we can play it, right? But say right after the pier step, say corner cross this left foot over, it would be grits. At that point, you might have to speed churn to turn around, right? But great job. Boom. planting that right foot, and he basically flattens the slant, right? This is definitely, he flattens the slant. And what I mean by that, I just now noticed this. Boom, after he kicks off that right foot, right? He's at the 1 yard hash. Boom, get hands on. He keeps the receiver on that 20-yard line at most to the 21, right? You guys see how he flattens that route. And a lot of people probably won't even notice that, but it's all because he stayed square, right? Stayed square, didn't back up too much. That way he's able to plant his right foot and flatten that slant out. That's why it's a bad pass at that point, right? But great job. Boom. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I'll have part 2 up on Monday. Let me know, as always, anything down below in the comments section. And yeah, have a good weekend.